Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Frost, and as I'm sure you all know by now, if not, hello, I am Frost, the guy that runs this channel. And yeah, welcome to the top 5 best Overwatch tanks, of my opinion by the way. This is all my opinion. If you don't agree with this, like if your main tank isn't on this list, or the tank you play most isn't higher up, then I'm sorry, but this is my list, alright? If you want to make your own list, you can make it in the comments, and also, if you have a top 5 suggestion, leave it in my Discord or the comments, whatever works for you. My Discord will be in the description. But yeah, so I don't know what I was gonna say. What was I gonna say again? But yeah, top 5 best Overwatch tanks. If you enjoy this, leave a like and subscribe. Trying 150 subs by the end of the year. And yeah. Also, not to be biased, I didn't put my main at number 1, alright? I've done this with all, well, other than the DPS one, but other than that, my main of tank will not be number 1 because that just seems too biased, okay? But coming at my number 5 spot, I decided to put Roadhog because he is the one-man army and the solo player tank, basically. Other than D.Va. Roadhog is the solo player tank in my opinion. You know, he's not the one shielding your team, he's not the one that's diving the Widowmakers and squishies in the back. He's the one that's basically just trying to get kills and get picks basically. His hook, it was very broken back in early 2016 to 2017, but it has been fixed. So it's still very good as it was back then. Not as good because, you know, you can't literally drag people from miles away, but it's still very good. So what more do you want? His gun, I don't know if it got nerfed or buffed in a way, because it has more bullets but less damage, but it also doesn't because now you can fire more bullets, so it does the same damage, I think. So, you know, whatever works for you, I guess. Whatever you want to say about it. His alternate fire though is probably the best, where it sends out like a big ball of scrap, because that just deals more damage because it's all like compacted into one. His take a breather, very useful. He's not stuck in position anymore when using it, and it gives back 300 health, and you don't get you get damage reduction when you're using it as well. So that's why I think if you're a new player to Overwatch or a solo player, you should pick Roadhog over someone else, because, you know, he's just an overall good pick really. There's not much else to say about that. He's pretty well, other than good tanks, he's great. Number 4 is Orisa. Now here's where the controversy might start, because I think that she's the best. She's kind of the best shield tank, and you'll see what I mean. There's another shield tank above her, but she's much better than Sigma and Winston in my opinion. I wasn't going to put Sigma on this list because I don't like Sigma, but Winston and Orisa for me went like hand in hand. But overall I picked Orisa because of one reason, and that's her ultimate. Basically, her damage isn't that great. It's alright, it's pretty consistent, but it's not great. But ultimate literally gives everyone on the team a boost, so what's not to like about that? You know, you get kills easier if you use it right, and you also need to shield it though, because it is very, very easy to spot. It doesn't have much health, I think it's got some, but not much, so you need to protect it. The reason I picked her over Winston is because damage. Like, Winston's gun is more of like it's only really good in my opinion against squishies and Genjis and Widowmakers, because that's how he counters. Her shield, it's alright I guess, it's nothing special. I prefer Winston's shield. I don't like Sigma also, I'm not even going to mention him, but our halt ability, where it pulls you in, I think that's what it's called, could be wrong, I'm not an Orisa player, alright, but when it pulls you in, it's good for getting environmental kills on maps like Ilios and Lijiang and stuff, because you pull them off, they can't do much about it unless they have an escape ability, you basically get a free kill, or you can drag them away from your team if they're getting hit on, or closer to you if you want to do more damage. And her Fortify gives you protection against charging Doomfists and Reinhardts, like they fall back, and it gives her a damage reduction as well. So, one of the better shield tanks, but not the greatest. Now, don't get mad at me for saying that, because Orisa players, at least you're getting a pick, alright? Winston and Sigma players are getting left in the dust, but technically you could let Winston be an honourable mention. So you know what, we're going to put Winston as an honourable mention, but not gameplay. Number 3, the other solo player, dream tank, is D.Va. I mentioned this in the Roadhog part, but the reason I think that is because her blasters are fairly consistent. Like you really need to be up close for them to be good, but if you are up close, they're good. Our defense matrix swallows all projectiles, so that's good. You know, ultimates, bullets, fire strikes, Hanzo arrows, Ana sleep dart, you name it, you swallow that up. Her boosters can get you out of sticky situations, or can dive you in if you know you're running out of time and you need to hit the point. Our micro missiles, well, they're not overpowered. If you can actually land a lot of them, they're decent, I'd say. Where to put? Oh yeah, when she's out of mech, she's pretty weak. Along with Tracer, she's one of the lowest health heroes with 150. So you kind of want to stay in the mech, as are also our Bunny Blaster, I think it's called, when she's out of mech. It's not the worst. You know, if you land headshots, it's pretty good. But if you're just trying to kill someone as Baby D.Va, it's not going to work too well for you. Let me just tell you that right now. It's just not going to work for you, alright? It's just don't even bother. Our ultimate is a hit or miss, to be honest. You either get a 5k or you get no one. So that's why I decided to put number 3, because she's the better solo pick, I'd say, over Roadhog. She's just very more easier to play. But yeah, number 3 goes to D.Va. Number 2 goes to my man Reinhardt, my main as well. Now this is where I decided not to be biased, because while I do agree Reinhardt is one of the best tanks, I don't think he's number 1 tank. And let me explain why. Although his axe or hammer swing is consistent and literally demolishes squishies, honestly, it's where his abilities come in that makes me lack for him. His Fire Strike is good, don't get me wrong, but it's quite slow, in my opinion. Someone's going to disagree with that, and that's fine, but it's just so slow. Like, you can literally dodge it from out of the way. And his charge is also a downfall, as you can literally just, to counter it, you literally just move out of the way. That's literally it. And it only really, if you're going after a tank, charge a tank, you'll do damage, don't get me wrong. But it's just not worth it going after a tank. You want to just pin a squishy and get it done with, like their healer or their soldier. If you can land a Tracer, then good for you, you've got some incredible aim, or the Tracer's really stupid. One or the other. His ultimate is very good, and that's why I've put him at number 2 as well, because it literally stuns them in place. And his shield, well, it's not as powerful as it used to be. They took off 400 health from it. Is very good still and will protect all your team. So I put him at number 4 for those reasons. Number 1 to 2 even. Number 1, the Russian woman, the strongest tank in my opinion, Zarya. Now, why do I think Zarya is the strongest tank? Well, let me explain. Now, if Zarya didn't have the charge meter, right, and she was always stuck at 0 charge, then I wouldn't put her on this list. But once you get past, I want to say I think it's 50, you literally demolish everyone. If you're a good player, that is. If you're shit, you might die from basically a long range hero. But if you know, you're a good tank player, then Zarya is definitely one of the better picks. She's a team player, so you kind of communicate, because you know your ultimate is is the best ultimate in the game, and a lot of people think that. That's not just my opinion. literally, unless they have, there used to be a way like heroes like Reaper and Genji could get out of it, but now they can't. Like they're stuck to it, and that is very useful. But you need, it's not as effective if you're doing it solo. Like don't solo ult. Like when, I don't mean like one person solo ult. I mean like don't ult all by yourself unless it's necessary. Because you want like a Hanzo Dragon or a Genji Blade or something to back you up, so you know you are killing them. But our bubbles, you normally use it on like a Reinhardt or Diva going in, or like someone in the backline getting attacked or flanked, I guess. That's normally who you'd use your bubble on. Not always, you know, you've also got your self bubble, and every damage the bubble takes is more charge for you. So you know, the more damage you take while having a bubble on you or someone on your team, the more damage the more charge you get, the more damage you do. It's not a hard concept really. She's more of an up close and personal hero, so you like kinda, you wanna, don't get behind them because that's just a death wish, but like you wanna be in front of them. You know, you want to push them back a bit. So you should have got an alternate fire, but I don't think that's very good. I just prefer like the straight fire. But yeah, Zarya is number one for those reasons. She's not got the most health, and a Sombra EMP can take her down to half of that, but that's why I think she is. Anyway, that's my list. If you don't agree with it, then that's fine. You know, it's your opinion. But yeah guys, hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, leave a like and subscribe, as I mentioned at the start, or don't, you know, you don't have to. And yeah, I'll see you all next time. Peace.